What's your name and musical profession?
So, my artist name is Tasha Mac. I am an R&B and soul singer-songwriter from Toronto.
What inspired your musical journey?
Um, I feel like a lot of my inspiration actually came from growing up in church. I was always like singing. I was even always dancing. So like my creative and like artistic side came out when I was pretty much very like I'm very young.
Can you tell us a bit about the inspiration behind your latest single, Don't Waste My Time?
Inspiration about my latest single, Don't Waste My Time. There's a lot. Well, for one, I just wanted something a little bit different than what I'm usually doing. So I usually do like R&B and soul, a little bit slower tempos. I just wanted something a little bit more upbeat, a little bit more fun. So I just thought, okay, like let's just experiment and try something new. And then I also catch a lot of influences from like people like from Tory Lanez from the city and like The Weeknd. And I just thought like the whole disco vibe would have went really well.
Can you share some insight into your creative process when writing and producing Don't Waste Your Time?
So for that one, it was more of like a fun session rather than like sitting down and like being really critical with what we're writing. I was writing producer / engineer Deaden, so he did help me do that as well. I don't know, we just had fun with it. It was less thinking, more vibes, more creativity, more fun, and that's just how the song was created.
So, Toronto has a vibrant music scene. How has the city and its culture influenced your music and career as an artist?
Toronto's influenced my music in ways I would say, like with diversity, just how much diversity we have in the city. So like I don't like limiting myself to just one genre, one sound. So like kind of like helped me depending on where I am in the city or like who I meet every other day, every other week. I would kind of get inspirations from every corner. So like my sound always changes. Obviously, it's still in my comfort zone, still in my bracket. Like diversity for sure.
What artists or musicians have the most significant impact on your musical style and development?
In my teenage years, high school years, I was listening to a lot of Tory Lanez. So I feel like I learned a lot from him as well, just because like again like he's not limited to just like rap or like just R&B. He's pretty much like very like out there with like what he chooses to write, and even just seeing like how he works in the studio, like his process is just very free, very creative, very diverse. So I feel like I take it from him, and also The Weeknd. The Weeknd has been very like impactful for me as well. I love The Weeknd. I listen to him every day. And yeah, his genre was very obviously unique at the time of where I was listening to it, and I kind of like inspired me to keep going and keep building on top of that.
Your journey as an artist must have some memorable moments. Can you share a particularly memorable or exciting experience from your musical career so far?
I would say my most exciting experience is hearing myself on the radio. My first time hearing myself on the radio. I dropped my single In Love about 2-3 years ago, and I didn't even hear it the first time it came out. I got a call from my manager and he told me it was on the radio, and I caught like the last little bit, but even that last little bit like changed my life. It was very exciting, very memorable.
Can you share a difficult moment you've encountered as a result of being an artist in Canada? Have you been able to overcome these challenges as you continue pursuing your passion for music?
I feel like there's challenges every day as an artist, whether it's physically, mentally, socially. I go through it every day, even in the studio. Like there's just a lot. I can't really pinpoint one. Above all of those difficulties or those challenges or those burdens, like I always just remember that I didn't do this for nothing. And music at the end of the day is my life. It's what I love to do, and there's nothing in this world that can stop me from pushing to get it done and overcome anything that comes my way.
What advice do you have for other young, aspiring Black Canadian artists and musicians who are looking to break into the musical industry in Canada?
Don't be scared. Be yourself. Be free. the only person that's going to set you back is yourself. You can't be anybody else, especially in this industry. There's a lot that comes with it as well. So you just have to be prepared. You have to be prepared. But as long as you love what you're doing and you understand what you're doing, what you're going for, it will never be like as hard as people actually make it seem.
Now for some fun questions. If you could have dinner with one artist or musician, who would it be?
That's a hard question. I didn't think about that one. Maybe. I think SZA. I think she's an interesting person. I would like to understand a little bit more. I would say SZA.
Awesome. Which is better, jollof rice or rice and peas?
I'm Jamaican, so I would say rice and peas. But the rice and peas has to be cooked the way rice and peas are supposed to be cooked. You know, with the coconut milk and the softness, and the beans have to be cooked perfectly. But jollof rice is a hitter as well. Okay, I'm gonna say rice and peas.
Awesome. Okay, so can you give us a sneak peek into what listeners can expect?
Yeah. So I am gonna start working on my EP very soon. It's set to release in 2024. So this EP is pretty much just about how much I've grown from my first EP, and just like how proud I am to be where I am, and like how much like I feel like, wow, like I've actually made it to like a point where I can say I'm a proud artist and I'm a successful artist in ways that I feel like that I'm successful. And yeah, it kind of just takes you on a journey from like where I started to where I am now.
Where can fans and new listeners find your music, and how can they stay updated on your latest releases and performances?
So you can find me everywhere at Tasha Mac Music, on all my socials. Everything should always be posted on my Instagram for sure. And yeah.